Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you guys another Amazon book haul to go with our The Good and the Beautiful History Year 2. If you didn't see my other video, I did a whole other Amazon book haul for readers and read alouds that I'm going to be pairing with The Good and the Beautiful History, as well as for my kids' individual reading. I got a lot of questions on that video and I accidentally made a mistake. I know I'm not perfect. I made a mistake. So I wanted to get on here and clear those things up, answer the questions, and then show you the books that I ordered. And I am promising you guys, hold me to it, I am not ordering any more books after this. This is it. But I will have all the links down below for you guys for the books. They are linked on my Amazon favorites page. I did look at prices, and a few of you guys said Beautiful Feet Books has some of these books for cheaper. I wasn't able to find them on their website cheaper than Amazon had them, so I went ahead and got them off of Amazon. I know a lot of people recommend thrift books. I wasn't having a ton of success there. I would find one or two titles, not all of them, and I wanted them all at one time. So for me, Amazon works the best. If you're looking for something similar, the links will be down below. Please use my Amazon links. They're just a tiny little way to support my channel, and I really appreciate you guys using them. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is I got a little mixed up. When I filmed the previous video, which I will link right here for you guys, we were actually moving to 2 or 3 days later. I had just finished the school year with my kids. It was like a crazy time and my brain was like a scrambled egg. So as I was going through sharing the different units or the different time periods that the units of history cover, I accidentally said the one that we had just finished in year 1, our last unit of history was on the history of flight and the Victorian era, and I accidentally said that in that video because my brain was thinking we just finished that, and I was mixed up. And I was so mixed up that I did in fact order those books off of Amazon and then realized, oh, we're not actually studying that again. So I'm sorry. So if you're doing The Good and the Beautiful Year 1, then there's some great books to go with it for the Unit 4. We're going to keep those books anyway. They're new books to my kids, and we studied about that time period, so it's not a big deal. But I did get quite a few messages about that, and I did make a mistake, and I'm really sorry that I did. I try to make sure that everything I share is precisely accurate, but sometimes I think that's the first time actually I've ever made a mistake, said something in a video that wasn't accurate, and so I'm sorry about that. The second thing that I wanted to address before I show you guys the books that are right down here is a lot of people were kind of confused on how I was going to do this. Was I not going to use the readers that come with the kids' language arts for The Good and the Beautiful? Was I going to be reading aloud all of the books? So I just wanted to quickly share with you guys. My kids will still read the reader that The Good and the Beautiful includes, but I don't count that as their full reading because my kids are avid readers and they enjoy reading. So I am always having them read a chapter book along with The Good and the Beautiful reader that goes with their language arts curriculum. So I will not be substituting that part of the language arts out. I will be adding a book to it. And I got a lot of questions about how much do you make your kids read? I don't really make them read. I mean, we have silent reading time, or when we're in the car, they grab their book. I really don't have to force reading, and I'm very thankful for that. My kids all really do enjoy reading. But if I were to have to say, hey, I haven't seen you pick up a book in a little bit, I would just want them to read a chapter or 2 or 4 if they felt like it. It's not something that I really have to regulate in my house, but if I did, I would say 1 chapter a day for younger kids, 2 chapters possibly for older children, but that would be up to you as a mom or a dad. That is just how I do it. Now, some of the chapter books and some of the picture books kind of that you're going to see here, I will be reading as a part of our morning basket time when we do our history lesson. I will just read a couple of pages. I'll just read, if we have extra time that day, I might read more. If we're running a little behind, I might read a little bit less. It just depends. I don't have like a set amount of pages I'm reading every day, but we do morning time every single day, and we do history like The Good and the Beautiful recommends 2 to 3 times a week, usually 2. And so on those days, I'll be reading some of the books with my kids as a group, and then some of the books I order will be my children's individual chapter books that they are reading. So I hope that clears it up for you. If you guys have any more questions about that, let me know, but I think I've covered it as well as I can explain it to you guys. So now I'm going to show you the books. Like I said, these are linked down below. And a lot of these books were recommended by you guys. So thank you. I love having the community here. I share things with you guys and you share things with me. So thank you so much. A lot of these were recommended by you guys. So I'm going to start with the books that I will be reading to my children as a group. Okay, so these are all books that are going to go in our morning basket when we are on that unit of history, which there are 4 units in a year of The Good and the Beautiful. So we generally will spend about, 8-ish weeks in each unit. So I am not in any huge rush to get through these books. We will take our time. So the first unit of year 2 is ancient Greece. And so a lot of you guys recommended to me, I do not want to mispronounce this beautiful name, Lares, Book of Greek Myths. So I went ahead and ordered this. This is like a raved, highly reviewed. It is a New York Public Library 100 Great Children's Books. It's a must-read book for kids 9 to 14. So it's like very, very renowned. And so we're just going to read a little bit of this when we're studying ancient Greece. Along with that, I also was highly recommended, same last name, Lares, Book of Norse Myths. And so we're going to be going through this. The illustrations in these books are extremely, extremely beautiful. So I will just be reading a couple pages each day to my kids as a part of our morning time before or after our history lesson, just depends. When we are studying Columbus, I will be reading to them again the same last name, Ingri and Edgar Perrin Duaulaire, Columbus. So this book is extremely beautiful. This one I did buy used on Amazon, and it was a lot cheaper than some of the other places that I looked. So definitely check that out. Really, really cute. So we're going to be reading that as a group. Another one that was highly recommended by you guys was Leaf the Lucky, same last name. And we will be reading this again as a group with all my kids together. I think they're really going to love this, including my older kiddos. And then the last book I have to show you that we will be reading as a group is a hardcover book. It is called Follow the Dream, The Story of Christopher Columbus. And the publisher is Knopf, Knopf. But the illustrations are amazing. And I just love having some picture books for my younger kids. So when we're starting that unit, we will read this. Now this book we will probably just read, in one day because it is a picture book. But so we got that one. Now a few I will be getting on here and I will be doing a video because you guys asked me to. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to now because you guys asked. grade levels. You guys were like, I want to see what your 7th grade daughter is going to be reading. As far as books, I will do another video where I say, this is my 7th grader and she's going to be reading these books. And the reason why I didn't want to do that is because anytime you share what your kids are reading or whatever level they're at, I feel like it can make, people can be rude to you thinking that your children should be reading more challenging books. And then it can also make moms whose kids might be struggling with reading feel bad because their kid can't read any of those books and they're in the same grade. So that's why I've strayed away from doing that. But I keep getting asked, so I am going to make the video, but know that I've thought about those things. And so I don't want to be made to feel bad, and I don't want to make anyone else feel bad. So when you guys see that video, I hope that it'll be okay. But we got this book right here. This is called The Good Master. It's a Newbery Honor book, and it will correlate with a section of our history. And I most likely will have my 6th grader and my 4th grader read this book. The Singing Tree is another Newbery Honor book, and I will probably have all 3 of my kids read this. Now, my 7th grader has never read this book, and so I'm probably going to have her read it, even though it's not going to be a challenging read for her at all. I think it's an amazing story, and I think she's going to really like it. So she's going to read that. And then one other one that I got for my oldest daughter is Esperanza Rising. And she's going to read, my older daughter will read this. My boys, I know they should be fine with reading a book but they're going to see this and they're going to think fairy or princess and they're going to want nothing to do with it. So my boys will probably skip this. I'll hang on to it for my youngest when she's ready for it, but my oldest is going to read this book as well. So those are the additional readers that I got to go with our history, and for my kids' individual reading, which is going to correlate with our history unit, like I explained in the other video. If you're just catching this video and you're highly confused, go watch the other video. I think it'll make a little more sense for you. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Post them down below, and I always get back to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.